Hey people, what's going on? How y'all doing? Good to see you. Anyways, so for everybody that's coming in the building, I welcome you. Peace and blessings to you, definitely. So just give me a few minutes just to fix a couple of things. Then we'll get into the talk and catching up, and I'm just gonna share what I need to share. All right. So okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Go. Right. So, right. So, of course, for some of you that are watching the replay and want to know what's going on with me and things like that, yes, I'll share, what's been going on, as well as a couple of thoughts, as well as there's a couple of things that has happened that I feel like I need to acknowledge. Okay, but in the meantime, I'm here at McDonald's having some fries, a burger. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Here's the burger. All right. There we go. I'm having the burger. So I guess you can call this somewhat of a mukbang live, right? So for everybody that's now coming into the live, welcome, welcome, peace and blessings to you. Make yourself known when you come into the live. Say hey, say what's up, blah 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 blah, all that good stuff. All right. Um, and let me see what else. Oh yes, yes. And I got some chicken McNuggets as well. So just so you know, uh, that's what I'll be eating while we have a talk. Okay. Let me see. Oh, nothing like McDonald's fries. Who agrees with me? Does anybody feel like McDonald's fries is the best? Put a one or just say yes, or you could say no, McDonald's fries is not it, or you think a different brand, or maybe your own fries that you cook is the best. Just let me know in the comments, all right? Mm, mm, mm. Anyways, um, oh, my goodness. Let's look at this situated. Oh my goodness. By the way, happy Friday to everybody that's watching. And for those of you who are watching the replay, happy day to you. And and as always, peace and blessings to you, uh, you know, for your day and for your days ahead. All right. Now, so what's been going on with me? Okay. Um, I see a couple of y'all that are in the room. So make yourself known. Don't be shy. Um, if you would like to come on up and say hey, and we could chop it up, you're more than welcome to. But anyways, mm, so here's what's been going on. So I haven't been uploading as much as I would like to, and most of the reason, to be honest, is because I've been busy with working as a musician, and because that has been taking up a lot of my time. Although I still can do um, vlogs and stuff, but because of the kind of, how can I put this, the kind of time and effort and focus. That's what I was looking, the word I'm looking for, because of the focus that I've been putting into my music career, and also finances and a couple other things trying to get straightened out. That's why I haven't done it as much. And also, I guess a little bit of lack of inspiration in terms of what to talk about or what to show. Although I have to admit, I have to admit that sometimes I do use like Chat GBT, just to give me an idea. And Chat GBT has been excellent in terms of outlining, okay, here's what you need to say, here's how you need to set it up, the kind of scene. It literally outlines everything. Okay. So Chat GPT has been excellent at that. Even if I want a thumbnail, or if I want a short, Chat GPT has been really, really, really good, and has been giving me ideas and things like that. So that's been good. But as far as the time, um, like I said, because I've been focused on other things, that's why. And for those of you who have watched one of my last videos where I explained, I made a pivot, and one of the things that I made a pivot in my music career is I pivoted into doing a whole different type of project that I normally would have done. And I made a YouTube channel for that. And speaking of that, um, I already have a couple of videos on there, and there's still more to come. So if you all would like to see that, the link is in the description for y'all to go and check that out. Just click the link, it's right there. Okay, it's called Box Feel. So just click the link, and you'll see what it's about. All right. So if you're into music, or if you're into, seeing that side of me as far as me being a musician, click that link, and you'll see what that's about. All right. So that's if you're interested in that type of content. So, anyways, but oh, and speaking of, by the way, while you're in the room, please do me one favor: hit that like button. Just hit it, pop, 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 pop. Hit that like button. All right, for the algorithm, so that it will recommend this video to many, many, many people that are out there. All right. Anyways, so like I said, I have that, and hmm, speaking of my music career, um, I've been involved in a couple of different projects, which has been keeping me really busy, and it's a good thing, right? Um, but as far as me being on this channel, um, this is why I figured, well, let me do a live, come here and talk to you, about it, so that this way you know, you would know this is what's going on with me, right? So that's basically what's going on. Um, still in the same situation, but as far as finances, I have been able to save up money, which is good. So it's, you know, slow and steady. That's the best way I can describe it. Mm. Slow and steady wins the race each and every time. Just remember that. If nobody else told you that, I told you that. Slow and steady wins the race each and every time. Okay, so that's what's going on. Mm, oh, goodness. This is it. Mm. I tell you. Does anybody like McDonald's fries? Just let me know. Just let me know in the comments. Who likes McDonald's fries? Let me know in the comments. Or you hate McDonald's fries? Let me know in the comments. Mm. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Mm. Oh boy. But anyways, so and speaking of, before I forget, um, bear with me for a second. Just need to do something really, really quick. My apologies. Okay. Okay. There we go. Nice. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Um, Also, speaking of projects, there's another project that I also have. Well, let me give you a little short backstory, but although I'll give the full story on a different channel because it focuses on that. But anyways, but the short story is this. So I have a 3-song CD that's out, but it's only available for download. So if you're interested in that and supporting that, the link is in the description for you to go ahead and do so. And I really would appreciate your support. And I hope you enjoy what I've put together in terms of the music and how I did it and things like that. But like I said, one day I'll give you the behind the scenes story. But today I want to focus on other things. Man, nothing like McDonald's fries. I'm sorry. Maybe McDonald's can be kind enough to reach out and support me and sponsor my channel. That'd be really good. Mm. Yeah, man. Anyways, um, excuse me. Right. Oh, and there's something I definitely need to do. Um, I need to say rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Um, how I feel about it is this was such a um, you know, this was such a there we go. Um, this was such a unfortunate situation that happened, and because of the way it went down, that he drowned. Um, Unfortunately, he just wasn't being been able to be saved basically, and as a result, he ended up passing away. But nonetheless, as far as his work, definitely he's built up a very, very good legacy for himself. And I have to say, I love the fact that not only he was an actor, he was a great bassist, he was a poet, he was a director, he was, he wore many hats. And one of the things I really admired about Malcolm was that this was a guy who, if he was into something or passionate about something, like he was very, very well studied about what he was doing. He took it serious enough to be, the best, or if not great at it. You see what I mean? And I loved his work ethic for that. And then, of course, you know, um, from the people that I know that know him, yeah, solid guy, definitely solid guy, without a doubt. Mm. So, um, again, rest in peace to, excuse me, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, and his works will definitely live on forever. Um, even to this day, Like there's certain episodes of the Cosby Show that features him that just has me dying. I swear, it has me dying. But if you have a favorite in terms of, you know, a show or something that Malcolm did, like let me know. What was his favorite show? What was a favorite show that you had, or a scene or something of Malcolm that resonated with you, or you felt like, man, that just cracks me up every time, or maybe there's a moment, you know what I mean? Um, and it could be any show, could be any show. Just let me know in the comments, you know what I mean? Yeah. Mm. Oh my goodness. Yes. Mm. Um, oh, excuse me. Okay, so another acknowledgement I need to make is rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. So here's my feeling about Ozzy. Now, obviously, Ozzy is an icon, a legend, and all of these things. And he was coined the Prince of Darkness. And when I tell you, this guy literally lived up to the Prince of Darkness, but he was great at it. That's the whole point. You see what I mean? He wasn't just someone who just said that. Like, no, this guy was really the best at it. You know what I mean? And I've never seen him live, but all the times I've seen him on video, you know, I was like, man, this guy, he's a hell of a performer. I was like, yeah, man, he's got it going on. Of course, he's got classic hits on Black Sabbath and even on his own career. Um, but yeah, but behind the scenes also, um, Ozzy was a giver, man, and you got to respect that. You got to respect that. And speaking of giving, what I find interesting with Ozzy is I've seen people who will say things like he should go to hell because he's the Prince of Darkness, blah, 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 blah. And my question to you is, why would you say that? Like, what makes you judge and jury of where his spirit should go? That's not up to you. You know what I mean? Um, and all the good works that he's done, how do you bypass that? Like, for example, um, the last concert he did, and it's interesting because he almost didn't even make that concert. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on his last leg, basically, and he decided, hey, I'm gonna go for it. But the beautiful thing was, he decided he was going to donate 100% of the money and give it to Parkinson's because that's what he had. And so he raised 190 million. That's a lot of money. But when you have someone who does humanitarian work like that, you can't overlook that. I'm sorry, you can't overlook that. You can't just bypass that and just take all the other antics and stuff that he's done and make that the face of who he is without looking at all the other stuff that he's done. You know, my opinion, right? But anyways, um, so that's how I feel about that one. You know, um, mm, but on that, I loved Ozzy's work. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, you know. Um, Even when I used to watch the Osbournes, man, he was quite the he was quite the character. Oh my god. Oh jeez, this is so funny. But anyways, hmm. But Ozzy was definitely an entertainer, you know. But he also was a humanitarian, and I got a lot of respect for that, you know. And by the way, shout out to Sharon Osbourne, Jack Osbourne, you know, and the rest of his family. My condolences to you, if you're watching this, by the way. Okay, my condolences to you. Okay, and also shout out to Kelly Osbourne. But anyways, so that's my feeling with Ozzy. Also, I would like to give my condolences to Hulk Hogan's family. We also lost Hulk Hogan. Now, there's a lot of people who are talking about how he was a racist and yada 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 yada. And if I'm going to be honest, I I I don't know about that one. I'm not sure about that one. You know, he wasn't a perfect person, but as far as him being a racist, I'm not sure about that one because when I lived in Orlando, I knew many people that knew him, black, white, you name it. And some of these people hang out with him. You know what I mean? You can't be that racist if you're hanging out with everybody under the sun. And these same people has been to his house. Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyways, but my condolences to everyone who has passed away, and I just wanted to, you know, give my thoughts as far as that's concerned. Um, hmm, it's just some of it, can be considered a sad occasion. Some of it we can accept it as this is just a part of life. Um, you know, some things we can say they died because of circumstance, but either way, when someone has, you know, been gone, you know, we want to show compassion to the family, and that's what I'm doing. But in as well as I'm just giving my short little tribute to them, um, because even like with Hulk Hogan, there was a time where I loved to watch wrestling and just the whole entertainment of it, and of course doing what they do and things like that. Okay, but yeah, but I loved it. I really did. And that's how I knew about Hulk Hogan and all the rest of the characters, from way back when wrestling actually was a thing. Maybe it still is, um, but I know, many moons ago, wrestling was like really, really a thing, especially on the TV. But anyways, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. By the way, I'm eating this chicken burger. Hmm, yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. So, for those of you that are coming in the room, please give this a like. Give this a like. Share this video. Let somebody know, hey, I'm on. And I'm just here to catch up with you guys and let you know what's going on with me. Um, and of course, you know, If you have something that is interesting that you want to talk about, put it in the comments. If you hear the troll, you're gone. Simple as that, right? I'm just giving you fair warning. If you hear the troll, you're gone. Now, if it's the kind of trolling that I feel is acceptable, I'll allow it. But if you're doing trolling that I feel is not acceptable, or you're saying things that I feel is not acceptable, you're gone. So I have to give you fair warning. Now, that goes for anybody who's doing the replay and watching this. Any comment that I feel is not appropriate, it's gone. Simple as, right? So don't say you wasn't warned. So at least you know that if you're going to put up a comment, does it make sense to do it? Is it going to be a waste of time or not? At least you were warned, right? Yes, you were warned. So, so I see a couple of people in the room. Show yourself, say hey, what's up, blah, 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 blah. Don't be shy, you know. In case some of you are wondering, I'm drinking an Oasis drink. That's what I'm drinking. So it's basically just a McDonald's kind of mukbang, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So that's basically my catch up for you as far as what's going on. I still have certain plans and certain things that are going to go ahead and that are going to go forward. There are certain things that will happen, but right now it's not the time to talk about it. But when it's the time, I will definitely let you know live, or you'll see it in a video vlog. Um, you'll definitely see it in a video vlog, what it's about. Okay. So I know some of y'all are probably curious to find out what is it that this guy's got going on. Well, that's the point. You're just gonna have to stick around and find out. And for those of you who are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded. Definitely give it a like, share, and leave a comment. All right. So that's how that one works. But well, like I said, there are some things in the pipeline. And when it happens, you'll see. You'll see. But and you might even see some changes too. But again, I it's not that I can't. It's just right now wouldn't be the best time to talk about it. So I'll wait when everything is unfolded. Then we can talk about it and we'll know what's going on. Yeah. My goodness. My goodness. So who here in the room has been watching my last two videos? Let me know. Who here in the room? Somebody has. Actually, there's a few people in the room. So I just want to know, because maybe this will let me know something about the video that you got from it, you learned, or maybe something I could have said better, I could have done better. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Come on, let me know. Let me know. It's okay. And for those of you who are now coming inside the room, I welcome you. Peace and blessings. Definitely say hey, say what's up, yada 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 yada, and let's get a discussion going. Yep. Oh boy, today is Friday, and let me tell you, England weather. Oh my God, has been up and down. Like the past 2 or 3 days has been a little bit chilly to the point where I have to wear like a hoodie or something, you know, rather than just be wearing a t-shirt. And then other days could be really, really warm. Yeah, really warm. But um, but other than that, you know, I guess things could be worse, but obviously it's not. So I just have to be grateful for life and everything that's going on. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my goodness. Yes, people. So yeah. So anybody has any plans for today? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. If you're watching the replay, let me know how was your weekend. Was there anything you did exciting on the replay? Let me know. You know, and I'd love to catch up with you. Oh yeah. Mm, okay. So if there's anybody in the room that would like to come up and you would like to talk, but you must cam up. That's the rules. You don't want to cam up unless I know exactly who you are and I feel it's appropriate, then great. If I don't know who you are, nope. Sorry. I cannot compromise my channel simply because you choose to be anonymous and I don't know you. Can't work. Sorry. So, and it's for my protection also that I know exactly who's coming onto this channel. So, right? Anyways. Hmm. Wow. Oh man. So what else is going on with y'all? Anybody in the room? Come say hi, say something. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You know, feel free to say something. I won't bite. I promise. Excuse me. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Oh my goodness. So, oh boy. Oh, so here's something interesting. So I saw actually I saw this on TikTok, believe it or not. Yeah. So I saw this incident. Uh there's a guy named William. I can't remember his last name, so my apologies for that. But anyways, the point is this guy got stopped for a traffic stop, and but mind you, um, when the cops went over, to his car and talked to him, you know, the guy opened up the door and said, my window doesn't work, just so you know, right? So they were like, okay, but he said, okay, so why did you guys stop me? And so the cops basically said, I stopped you, for not having your headlights on and for not wearing your seatbelt. But here's something interesting. Now, from the cops' body cam and from this guy's view, because also he recorded himself in the car, this guy's wearing his seatbelt. And as far as the headlight situation, this was in broad daylight, even though it was cloudy, but it wasn't like it was raining or anything. No, but what I thought was interesting was I find it interesting that he said because of the headlights, but yet the cops never had their headlights on the car. And it would seem to me that if that was going to be the case, then the cops should have the headlights on because they should be the example as to, when they're driving, they drive the speed limit. If, it's raining or whatever the conditions are, you need to have your headlights on, whatever that's going on. Uh, as far as the car is concerned, they need to be setting the example, right? Anyways, so I just thought that was interesting that, you know, this guy had his seatbelt on, and why would you say anything about his headlights? But it wasn't needed. It was in broad daylight, and the cops didn't have their headlights on the cars neither. So okay, so unfortunately, things escalated, and the more it started to escalate, um, they told him they were going to arrest him. But basically, this guy's like, he's like this. He's not resisting. He's just like, what's going on? Okay. As far as they were concerned, well, you need to comply. You need to comply. And he's like, but I'm trying to ask you the question, and you're not answering my question. So if you answer my question, then we can proceed. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was fair. But anyways, so um, lo and behold, cops bust the window, but the one cop clearly punched him in the face, and it wasn't like this guy when the window got busted. It wasn't like this guy tried to attack. The guy literally just sat there, like, what just happened? Bam, and he got sucker punched in the face. And so the cops got aggressive, and it just, you know, it just became this thing where they pulled him out the car and started punching him again. But yet the guy's not resisting. They pinned him down to the floor. They put the handcuffs on him. And in the end, his teeth got knocked out. Like, so here's my thought on this, right? And I'm gonna try to do it two ways, where I'm gonna try to be objective, but I'm also going to try, but also I'm just gonna be forward in my thoughts on this situation. So from what I've seen, I think even if, let's just say, they thought he was wrong. Let's just say that, right? I thought, why did it have to come down to busting the guy's window? And in fairness, he did say the window was broken and he opened up the door, you know. Why couldn't it just be a simple, well, we'll just give you a ticket and you can go fight it in court? That's my thought on that. And which I think that's how it really should have been handled. Now, even if they gave him the ticket, and let's just say they were wrong, but at least, you know, it wouldn't have gotten to the point of there was violence involved and there were other things that could have gone wrong and escalated and all this kind of stuff. No. At that moment, you're leaving it up to the judge to make the judgment. And that would have been the most appropriate way to do it. So even if, okay, let's do it two ways. Even if the judge ruled in favor of William and said, you know, I'm going to dismiss this because I don't see no reason for this. The point is, at least, you know, he took it in front of a judge and let the judge handle it. And we could have all walked away and said, there's no big deal in this. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened was it got violent. And as far as my assessment of it, I think it was unnecessary roughness. And from what I saw, clearly, in my humble opinion, once again, there needs to be retraining with these cops. But here's the other twist to this story was the police chief basically got up on the press conference stand and basically defended what happened. And of course, that sent the public in an uproar like, are you serious? Like, we all saw this guy got punched and it was a sucker punch. We all saw the fact that the guy sat in his car, never once got violent. Sat in his car, never once got violent. The only thing the guy did was what? Ask questions. So you couldn't give him a ticket just even for that fact and let him fight it in court? But, and so because of the uproar, this is what has this case in such a dismay and an outrage, and it's gone viral. And as far as I'm concerned, it's sad to see that when we have cases like this, it just adds another, how can I put this? It just adds another reason to why people have lost faith in the police. And if the police wants a better chance with the public having faith in them, then they need to show better faith in how they handle people, so that at least it's in some sort of way that everybody gets to go home. Or even if something violent is happening, that it resorts where it's the best decision possible so that everybody can feel like, you know what, the cops did their job. Even if this guy is wrong, but the cops did their job. So the public's faith in the police system can feel like we can trust you to do your job. We can trust the fact that if you stop us, we don't have to be in fear that we could be next as far as being deleted. You know, we don't have to be in fear that if we say something, that it literally is held against us to the point that it's no return. You know, so that's my thoughts on that situation. So if anybody knows about that situation, please, let me know in the comments what's your thought on the situation. If you guys saw it, okay. I just thought, again, that was just unnecessary roughness. But at the same time, I guess to their thinking in an objective way, they just felt like because you weren't doing what we want you to do, and because you were being more defensive, they felt like we have to be more defensive, and we're going to do what we have to do to secure ourselves so that we get to go home and see our kids and wives and people and whoever, you know what I'm saying? But that's the only objective way I could look at it. Any other way, I can't see it. I really can't, you know? So what's you guys comments? What do you think about this situation? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? By the way, for those of you who are now coming into the room, do me a favor, smash that like button. Just smash it, that's all. Doesn't cost you a thing, okay? However, if you would like to support myself and this channel, you can do so right there on the ticker through PayPal or buy me a coffee. Or if you'd like to buy me a coffee, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Just click it. You could put 1, you could put 2, you could put as much as you like, and I would really, really appreciate your donation and your support. And one love to you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Maybe I should try to do a mukbang in different places, so that way we get to catch up and talk and things like that, you know. So, my goodness. Well, so far, this is a decent mukbang. You know, once again, shout out to McDonald's. I know this video is not being sponsored by McDonald's, but this is where I'm at eating and enjoying the food. So, shout out to McDonald's. Some of y'all may not care for that, and that's okay. And for those that do like McDonald's, let me know. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments. Do you eat McDonald's? Do you not eat McDonald's? Do you prefer Burger King, Wendy's, some other fast food? Or do you prefer a home cooked meal? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Do you cook or do you not cook? Have you tried to learn to cook or you're not interested in learning how to cook? Let me know in the comments. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Well, all right. Well, I think that's all I got for now. So if there's anybody that okay, sorry about that. 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 All right. Obviously, I had a internet connection problem, but yeah. Yes. So now it's fixed. Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm back. So, like I said, if there's anybody in the room that would like to come and talk or share a thought, uh, leave a comment and let's get a discussion going. So yeah, definitely do it. Let's do it. I'm here. I'm here. Let's have a catch up. Mm. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, uh, once again, if there's nothing else left, I will let you. How can I put this? I'll just say this. If there's nothing else left, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded, and as well as give this a like, okay? Share this video with your family and friends, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this video. Also, if you want to find out more about, my musical side and certain things, the link will be in the description for you to go ahead and check that out. Other than that, peace and blessings. Have a great day.